What does the extension of the state of emergency in the Amhara region mean for human rights? It's a question that's been echoing around the globe ever since the outbreak of conflict between the Ethiopian National Defense Force and the Fana militia. The central government has been exercising emergency laws. Originally set for 6 months, this decree has now been extended for an additional 4 months. But this extension comes at a significant cost to human rights. Amnesty International has reported a worrying misuse of these laws, resulting in violations of basic freedoms. The vague language of the decree has paved the way for arbitrary arrests and detention. Journalists, activists, and opposition leaders who dare to criticize the government have been targeted. Since the state of emergency was declared, over 10,000 people have found themselves behind bars. Prominent media workers and opposition politicians have been charged with unfounded terrorism accusations. Among those arrested are Christian Tadele, Johannes Boyalu, Tay Dendi R, and Desalen Chain. Amnesty International calls on Ethiopia to halt the use of emergency laws to suppress free speech and civil liberties. This appeal rings out loudly and clearly across the international community, a clarion call for justice and respect for human dignity. Ethiopia is being urged to uphold its commitments to human rights both domestically and internationally, even amidst the current state of emergency. The sweeping powers assumed by authorities during this time should not be a license to violate basic rights. The call is for restraint, for respect, and for the rule of law to prevail over the rule of force. Amnesty International also demands the immediate and unconditional release of individuals who have been arbitrarily detained. This includes journalists, activists, and opposition leaders who have been silenced through baseless charges. The misuse of emergency laws in Ethiopia has led to alarming human rights violations. During a recent parliamentary briefing, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed stated that his government has tolerated thousands of arrests, even of those critical of the state of emergency. Ethiopia finds itself in a cycle of using the state of emergency to mass arrest government critics, perpetuating a concerning trend of human rights violations.